Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everybody. Thank you for tuning in for the Jam Sellers Happy Hour. I'm very excited because for the next hour, we're going to be joined by a super rad musical duo, and they go by the names of Cece and Tone, otherwise known as Little Hurricane. How we doing, you guys?
Good. Thanks for having us. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us.
Happy Wine Wednesday.
Halfway done.
Perfect.
Gonna have to refill pretty soon here. The jokes are coming. All right, you two. Well, without further ado, let's just get into that first song, and then we'll chat in just a little bit.
All right.
Sounds good. This one's called Super Blues.
She don't love me no more, and it's too cold out to be alone. And you know it's getting bad when the lungs start to give up and they freeze. You live in better times when you start the floor with a bottle of wine. Now it's your lowest of low, but you do it again, cause you just wanna know. If you want something, you gotta work for it. Work your hands down to the bones. If you love someone, you gotta mean it. Show them every damn chance. And you know it's all been said when your heart lies on the floor, being dead. Life should be better than this. Show me a sign if there is something I missed. Told me to change myself, but what's the point, y'all? Somebody else. Words stack up in my mind. I'm all out of hope, running out of time. If you want something, you gotta work for it. Work your hands down to the bones. If you love someone, you gotta mean it. Show them every damn chance that you get. Chance that you get. If you love someone, you gotta mean it. Show them every damn chance that you get.
Woo! Woo! Amazing.
All right.
You guys put out a lot of sound for a duo.
Thank you.
We turn it up.
We have no choice.
Yes. Now, so that song was called Super Blues. Do you mind telling us a little bit about the background of that song and how it came about?
Well, this was off our first album, so you're asking me to remember 10 years ago, maybe. But I can. It was someone that I worked with. I heard them say this about relationship.
They're going through a divorce.
They're going through divorce, and some of the lines were just stuff I heard, like "It's too cold out to be alone," and like I never heard that, but it sounds so sad. And so basically, it was like we're going for like a super bluesy song, the saddest things, and so I took some things I heard that were ultimately very sad, and then put them into the song. Yeah.
Nice.
Well, and you said going back 10 years. 10 years ago is when kind of all of things Little Hurricane first started, and that was from an advertisement that I think Tone you posted, and
no, it was
I posted
it was,
the ad.
oh, Cece, you posted it. Okay,
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
And I was looking for
a
drummers.
guitar player, and I'd never played in a band before, and it felt very intimidating to me to just like try and jam with like a group of musicians. And so I felt like if I could find one person who would understand my lack of experience. Although I've played the drums for a long time, I had never really played in a band. So yeah, I posted an ad on Craigslist, and Tone responded, and he turned out to be my neighbor on the same street, 3 blocks away.
Wow.
Awesome.
And
you're
future,
Yeah, all the
future
drummers-
husband.
Yes.
That was
Baby
not part
daddy.
of the plans. But
worked out well.
Little did you know, my Craigslist ad turned out better than I thought.
And this all took place in Southern California in San Diego, right?
Yeah.
North Park, San Diego. Yep.
Heck yeah. So you guys came from different parts of the U.S. In terms of your upbringing, and then you just wound up finding each other through a Craigslist ad. I love that. That's like the best love story.
It's a true love
Honestly.
story. And as we mentioned earlier, nobody got hurt.
Yeah, right.
Murdered, yeah. Craigslist murderer she's
No
referring to.
serial killers there.
Such a good movie. So
Escape that one.
is your wine handy,
Oh, yeah.
Tone and Cece? What do you get if you drop a waffle on a Southern California beach?
You go to San Diego.
Oh, hey.
Thank you. I'll
Sing,
take a
sing.
sip for you.
I'll drink to that.
I like it. Started with an easy one. Okay, Tone? It's all downhill from here.
Now, which wine are you guys sipping on?
I have the butter and he has the jam.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like what's right behind us?
Butter jam.
Yes.
There we
And
go.
everybody,
Incredibly delicious.
oh, good. And everybody tuning in, if you want your own butter and jam, you can get it yourself online or call us at the tasting room and join us in drinking.
And cheers, everybody.
I always wanted to do that.
We're fast approaching the holiday season and looking forward to the new year. That's for sure. So get yourself some bubbles too. We've got
Yes.
toast right behind me here. We have a wide selection, so keep yourself updated with all the posts coming out because we do have some new wines that are going to be released rather soon. All right. Have you guys ever been to Napa and/or the wine and music studio that we're tuned in from?
Napa, yes.
Yes.
Your studio, no.
No.
Well, yeah, because you
We've
guys
yet to
played
be
at-
invited.
Oh, well,
looks
that
like a
will
great
change.
place.
That will change. But you guys played at Bottle Rock a couple years ago, right?
We did, yes.
Nice.
It was
And-
Heck yeah.
an amazing venue, an amazing festival.
Yeah,
we want to come back again. I don't know if you guys have anything to do with that.
Well, I think
We are.
this
the
COVID
main
thing is kind of
sponsor.
annoying right now.
right.
We
Well,
have the tentative Bottle Rock lineup and schedule for this following September. So
fingers crossed.
woo! I know, Cece, you you had a fun time stowing some wines away at the show.
I was pregnant during our Bottle Rock show. In our backstage room, they had a whole case, no, 2 cases. I think we had a case of butter and a case of jam, which is a lot for a pregnant lady to carry.
Yes.
But I made
I
it
did not
work.
carry it all. I carried it.
Yeah. I took all of those wines because we have on our rider, we usually get 1 or 2 bottles a night. So we did a whole tour through my pregnancy, and I collected all the wines for when the baby was born, and then I drank them all.
All in one night.
Yes.
It was a wild night.
I love it.
Just a big punch bowl. You're just pouring bottles and bottles.
Put in a baby bottle.
Well, I will say that Bottle Rock Festival was the first time I really had a white wine that I enjoy, and this isn't like some sort of endorsement, but when I tasted the butter, I'm like, oh, it's actually good. It's like smooth and tastes like
It
butter.
is good.
I like butter.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Butter
But
for the
if
win.
I have the choice, I'm gonna go with red every time. But
There you go.
Yes,
There you
yes.
go.
Well, you guys, you're a Cancer and a Gemini, so you have differing opinions and likes, obviously, but that's why we have a little bit of everything for everyone.
There you go.
this is how our songwriting works. Yeah, we have different opinions, and then somehow we just hash out a song at the end. But
Yeah, do you guys just like collab lyrically every time, or do you kind of separate that process and then come together at the end?
every song is different, you know. I think when the song we start putting it together, then we start working together on it. I think when we first have the idea for a song, it's either one of us coming to the table with it, but then it always ends up being way different. But for me, at least, songwriting isn't like a thing I sit down and do. It's just something that's always happening in my head. Like, oh, I've got this melody or this word or lyrics or something or an idea, a concept for a song, and then to put it down and record it is like a process to clear up space for the next song to move in, and that's why we like release albums. And it's a weird thing. It's like something I've been doing even long before we started the band, but I was just never sharing the music. Then at some point it was too much. I'm like, I gotta like find a band or find a drummer on Craigslist to get these songs out, because there's just so many songs. I want to record them, and then I guess part of it is sharing it with people, which I never really did before this band. And it's an important part, because then when people listen to the songs and like, oh, that kind of reminds me of what's going on in my life or resonates with me, then it's like a way, it's an encouragement to keep doing it and keep writing.
Heck yeah.
Well, you guys are awesome, and I'd love to hear another song from you guys if you have one for us.
We've got many songs.
Yes.
This is off the latest record. It's called That Woman.
That woman, she told me your money's no good here. Take a good look around now, say goodnight. Now pick me up a quarter before outside. That heartbreaking woman is taking on my line. There's something about her I can't understand, but I'll try to if I can. That woman, she told me your money's no good here. Take a good look around and now say goodnight. Pick me up a quarter for outside. Back bar and beer outside. Sit down and I decide I don't wanna leave to Unnamed. Poor me. Poor me. Poor me. Poor me. They don't have a name yet for your love. I've been licking my paws, chasing after you, just picking up the piece so you can do. All I can say is damn poor me. When your mood is full, I'm a tidal wave. Santa Ana winds want me to misbehave. You're the green flash at the end of my day. Poor me. Poor me. They don't have a name yet for your love. Take a gem cat, I'll have a trailer park. Is that a wall of gold or a work of art? All I can say is damn poor me. Our love's on lock, but you lost the key. Our clocks have stopped, so time can't tell what you do to me. Poor me. Poor me. They don't have a name yet for your love. Poor me. Poor me. They don't have a name yet for your love. poor me. They don't have a name yet. Oh, yeah, love.
Thank you.
Cheers. Cheers.
You guys still there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cheers some more.
Yeah.
Were you saying pour me or pour me? Like, do I need to pour myself some more of this right now?
Both. Yeah, both.
Think
one
that
and the
counts
same.
as a joke?
I don't know.
Well, it's
It's
funny.
just
My brother was like, "There's some country song that's just like your song, Pour Me." I'm like, "What song?" And then I heard it, and it's like, pour me another drink." I'm like,
Nice.
it's a little different, spelled different, bro.
Yeah, right. Different. Well, for those just tuning in, I am Coco, and this is Sam.
Hello, I'm Sam. This is Coco.
And we are coming at you guys from the Winding Music Studio in downtown Napa, and we are stoked to have Little Hurricane on.
Yeah.
Super legit.
You guys you're tuning in from the same state, but a ways away
state.
over in like the Apple Hill area. Very
Yeah, on your way to
Christmassy where you're
Tahoe.
at. Yeah.
Very.
You guys got snow. We don't.
Not yet, but
Not
we
yet.
will.
Ah,
But I bet Cece, with your upbringing and like your roots in Chicago originally, right? You probably know
Yes.
snow real well.
Yes. Well, for instance, my son was outside yesterday in his underpants because he didn't want to put his pants on. He was like, "Mom, it's cold." I'm like, "Your mom's from the Midwest. This is not cold, you know? Like, this is warm, always."
yeah.
We're gonna take another sip real quick. You know why you should never hang out with that guy from Chicago?
Why not?
Illinois you.
Ah.
I like that. You didn't even say
Thanks.
Illinois, you.
Ew. God. My dad's from Chicago too, so I was raised better than that. Okay, so how have like things in terms of recording and writing from home been? Because I know you had a home recording studio for a while in the Zephyr Cove area of Tahoe.
Yes. Yeah, we recorded our last record, or second to last record there, but
Same sun, same moon. Yeah.
yeah. It's like a different time. We played our very last show last year in November. I was almost 9 months pregnant, and we had our daughter in December. And we were like, we're going to hit the road in April because that's what we do. We tour and we have babies. We're done. But we went to go on tour, and there was no tour because obviously coronavirus. So it's been a blessing in many different ways. We've got 2 little kids at home. We've got this lovely studio that we can play music in, and we've been able to figure out ways to stream and do stuff that we would normally have not figured out, which saves on fuel. It saves the environment. It's helpful in many different ways. So we're trying to see the best in it all, and I think we've been really lucky that we chose to get married and have kids when we did.
Yeah.
Thank goodness for Craigslist.
Yes.
And what's that awesome thing that's housing the lamp behind you over there, Tone?
Oh, this cupboard here, the nightstand, is something that I saw at the swap meet in San Diego, the Sports Arena swap meet, and I saw it and I was like, "Is this like a speaker cabinet? It looks like it should have speakers." Then when I inspected it, no, there were no speakers, but I was like, "Why can't I just put some in there?" And then I did, and it's been at every show with us for our band.
We even flew to Australia with it, which was a really bad idea.
Yeah, I stopped flying with it after that.
It was in our early years. We didn't have a case. We were flying with it in a cardboard box.
No, I had a case for
Oh,
it.
yeah, the case. Oh,
And
yeah,
then
you're
when I
right.
got to the ticket counter, they're like, "Well, you can't have casters on this, can't have wheels." But it was LAX international flight, so we're like, well, we parked like 500 miles away, and it's coming with us. They're like, "Well, you're gonna have to find a way to take the wheels off." I'm like, "Well, do you have any tools?" And the ticket counter lady gave me needle nose pliers.
Oh my.
She's like, "All right, you can take these off." So I'm taking all these bolts off, and finally take the wheels off, put them in my backpack. And they're like, "Well, you can't bring the magnets through."
Yeah.
No, first, like, it's still too heavy. So then
Yeah.
I took the speakers out, and I put the speakers in my backpack, like, zip tied together with wires coming out of my backpack. And they're like, "All right, it can go." Then they're like, "The pilot doesn't want the magnets, like, near the cockpit." I'm like, "All right, well, we're, like, way in the back, so it's all right." And then
It was a disaster.
Sure enough, we get to Australia and we had like multiple domestic flights. I had to do the same thing every flight because the kilos, the weight limit is different. And
Kilos
this is
and
our
weight.
lesson.
Yeah, weight. This is what our lesson, that the weight
It was
limit
under
in
50
Australia
pounds.
is different than the weight limit in the U.S.
This is the
Oh.
best part of the story. It's all coming to this one part. The TSA agents in Australia, I think it was like Sydney or Melbourne, and I have the wheels and the casters from the case in my backpack, and it goes through the X-ray, and they take them out, and they're looking at them, and they're like, this is good. My accent's gonna be horrible. They're like, well, you can't bring this through. I'm like, well, why not? And they're like, well, it's a skateboard. You can't ride a skateboard through the terminal. And I was like, it's not a skateboard. If you made a skateboard out of these wheels, it would be wacky because they rotate. And then finally some other Aussie came up and was like, those aren't skateboard wheels. I was like, all right. But
Just lost our
skateboard,
Australian fan base.
it was probably more of a New Zealand accent I was doing and a little off.
I don't think it was either, but it was A for effort.
Come on.
It was pretty good. It was
Was it
good.
New Guinea? Come on now.
I don't know. You should make a song, not a skateboard.
Yeah.
Skateboarding is a crime in Australia, apparently, in the airports.
Sure, you could name it that.
No
Either way.
magnets.
So
It'll
yeah,
be a
anyways,
hit.
that's the story of this thing.
Amazing.
Awesome.
I love that. Yeah, and for more do-it-yourself tips, go ahead and find Little Hurricane's
on YouTube.
website below. He's got plenty, I'm
Or
sure.
don't do it yourself.
Or learn from me what not to do.
There you go.
Do
Travel
not eat
tips.
Vegemite.
Oh man, I have never had Vegemite. I don't.
I can
Nor
just
should you.
picture.
Frightened. Nah,
For what purpose would you?
I don't know. A dare.
They love it. I think it's just an ongoing joke.
Yeah.
All right, well, so the two of you've been cooped up, as we all have been, which I'm sure has spurred all kinds of new ideas, and the creative process, I'm sure, has evolutionized along the way the past, how many months has it been? 8?
Oh gosh, too many. Too many
It's
to
been
count.
9.
No, 9
Yeah.
months.
I think it's been 9 months because I looked and there was more than 36 weeks. And then I was like, I could have had another baby at the beginning of this and then be holding the baby now, which I wouldn't do. And I don't recommend, but you could. You could have.
Quarantine baby. I thought it'd be over by summer.
Well, when
was
all these
mistaken.
kids in like 13, 14 years, when they finally reach the teenage years, their generation, there's like Gen Z and baby boomers, they should be the quarantines.
Is that a joke?
Ah, yes, but bump.
Oh, boy.
Now, Cece, how did you come to play the drums?
So I started playing the drums in middle school band in 5th grade. I had an excellent instructor named John Hershey. Mr. Hershey, I doubt you're watching, but if you are, it's all to you. Yeah, but I was in school band, and that's how I learned. I started on snare drum, and we had a jazz band, and he taught me basically everything I know.
Awesome.
And I stopped for many years, but I highly recommend you put your kids in school band, or it's a great. I'm not an athletic person, so I learned teamwork in ways that wouldn't get me hit in the head with a ball or anything. So, it's good.
I feel like now's the time to really, reinforce those kind of lost creative aspects of life that, when the world was super busy and we didn't have time to do those sorts of things and little hobbies and things that bring joy to people's lives. I feel like now is the time to
Well, we've
really
got to
indulge in
because
it.
we're losing our arts. I think that to me that's the most devastating thing to watch. We're losing our venues, we're losing bands, we're losing festivals, we're losing things that I heard it described as a coral reef. It takes hundreds of years to build up this culture that we have in our country, and we're losing it. So we've got to really hold on and do stuff like this. So thank you guys.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
Cheers to that.
Dude, this
get
is
drunk.
like
I'm running out of wine here.
Fill the bottle.
gotta read.
Too many jokes. Cheers.
But yeah, this is one of the few things that money can't really buy the happiness that music can bring you. Obviously, it is very important to donate to artists, to buy merch, to buy songs or vinyl records. But at the end of the day, that emotion and the emotional aspect of music is one of those things that money can't buy. And so we appreciate artists, Tone, Cece, and artists just like you that have like kept us all going and not made us feel 100% crazy during this crazy time. And with that being said, if you guys want to maybe do 2 songs back to back,
Cool.
let's do it.
Let's do it.
Does that work? You want to do Shortbread key?
Sure. Turn on the reverb. You can sing me a slow song, yeah. I wanna hear you all night long. You can write me a love song, yeah. You can love me all you want. You can cause me so much trouble, I don't mind. You can try and leave me on the double, follow right behind, yeah. And she said, that's what I'm trying to do, baby. That's what I'm trying to do, yeah. I'm trying to do. I gonna give you 7 children. Now you say you want more. Oh, how'd you get on without me? I was shipped off to war. Yeah. You wanna live in a big house, but we only need one room. Yeah, on the phone with your mother, yeah, but you're talking all day long, yeah. And she said, that's what I'm trying to do, baby. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to do. Trying to Oh, you can bake me some shortbread. You can bake it all night long. You can call me in for supper. You can call me all you want. You can cause me so much trouble. I don't mind, no, I really don't. You can try and leave me on the double. Follow right behind. And she said, that's what I'm trying to do, baby. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'm trying to do. I'm trying to start a fire in my
back. It's just a matter of time. I nearly tore myself into looking for you in my mind. Told me you need me, you didn't say why. Hold on and trust that you would never lie. All I know is you're here by my side. Got you here, got you here. Got you here, got you here. When the sun is burning red, we'll shine like diamonds. My whole life's I did leave them behind us. All my questions they answered in the dark. Got you here, got you here. I need you to leave me. Please don't ask why. Beg you to trust that everything will be fine. I'm alive as long as you're here inside. Got you here, got you here. When the sun is burning red, we'll shine like diamonds. When our whole lives out there, leave them behind us. All my questions will be answered in the dark. Got you here, got you here. You're way behind the time. I know what you don't. From your head down to your toe, you're sheep in wolf's clothes. I've got you here, I've got you here. When the sun is burning red, we'll shine like diamonds. When our old lives are dead, leave them behind us. All my questions will be answered in the dark. Got you here, got you here. I've got you here, got you here.
Woo!
Woo! You guys are amazing. And for those tuning in, if you're feeling tipsy, be sure to hit up their Venmo and show them some love.
And that's going to be posted right there.
Yes.
It's just at little-hurricane. You can find them there and just show your appreciation, because at this point in time we're unable to purchase concert tickets and experience that in-person musical adventure that we're used to having. But luckily for us, we have amazing artists and musicians such as Tone and Cece here. Little Hurricane, you guys are killing it so far. And I don't know about you, I feel like I have a joke up my sleeve, so we're gonna replenish our supply here.
Oh, right. Yes, yes.
But you
Oh, he
guys
just-
might have to do that too.
We're all on the same page.
Thank you. Oh, look at that. So beautiful. Okay, so a sheep, a drum, and a snake. They all fall off a cliff. Ba dumps. No. Ba-dumps.
It was like the drum.
But
Like a sheep,
like
a
it.
drum, a snake. Ba-dumps. There we go.
It's good. I like that.
Tone looks a little iffy about it, but that's okay.
He's generally unimpressed in life.
No, I like it. It's like the onomatopoeia of jokes. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
now you guys just played for us 2 songs, Shortbread and Sheep in Wolf's Clothing. What's the story behind those? And I think, well, you were telling us a funny story offline about a sheep in wolf's clothing. Do you mind sharing that with everybody?
Oh, that was actually for
The next song.
The next song,
Oh,
Baba
Black
Black
Sheep.
Sheep.
I
A different
see.
sheep song.
A different
But
sheep.
I do have a funny Sheep and Wolves
Yeah,
clothes.
do it.
It's been a long time. I think I can tell. So this song was written.
Oh, you're gonna tell them. You're
I
gonna
don't know.
just
Should
out
I?
us here.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was a long
This
time
is
ago.
this song
We
is
hang our
unique.
heads in shame.
I'll tell you. No, I mean, if anyone's this deep into the program, they're not gonna care.
Just use some fake names.
Or
No.
fake movie names.
No, I'll use the real movie. I don't care. So back before Twilight, the movie was out, it was a book, right?
Yeah.
And my roommate, this was like a long time ago, had it on like CD or tape or whatever, and I was listening to it before it was like a teen drama thing, and I was probably like 20. So I forget how old it was,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
anyways, I was
Trying to
I listened to that
justify
book.
it.
I listened to that book on tape. I'm like, so
The Twilight series.
the first one, yeah, the first Twilight, whatever book, whatever it was, before it was a movie, and I knew the plot and the story. Then we had a manager at the time who was like, "Hey, they're making a movie. Like they want submissions for songs for this Twilight movie.
The next Twilight. It was the final Twilight.
Whatever, it was one of the ones." And I'm
Breaking
like,
Dawn Part 2.
so I'm like, "All right,
I was
I'm
a
gonna use
big
my knowledge."
Fan.
Okay, this works then.
Okay, so I knew the plot and like kind of the essence of what they were going for. So I'm like, I'm just gonna write a song, try to can up this whole story in one like sappy song. And so
You're
we wrote.
disappointing a lot of fans right now.
No, it's a good song. I appreciate the song, and this movie was the catalyst for
It's
writing
true.
it. And I'm not ashamed to be like, if there's a weird angle to like write a song and it's something that you do and like you finish it, which we did and we submitted it. They never put it in the movie, but we play it.
We got the song, yeah.
And people think it's like some deep experience that I had, like, oh, you left me
No,
here.
for
and
me
blah,
though, the funniest part, there's a line in it, and we say, "We'll shine like diamonds," and I guess it's something.
yeah, their skin turns
Their
like
skin turns
diamond
like
or
diamonds.
something.
Yes.
But-
Yeah,
in
you know.
sun.
In the sun.
Every single lyric website has that lyric as "push out my diamonds,"
Totally wrong.
and
Yeah.
so many people have used this song for like,
Weddings.
their
and-
wedding.
Yeah, they cover it, but
They
they do the
cover
wrong
it.
words.
and they're
Oh,
singing
no.
"push out my diamonds," which is just to
That
me
sounds
always
weird.
been a really
Yeah, I don't
uncomfortable
Totally
like
weird.
visual.
that.
It offends me
Yeah.
because I'm like, I would not write those words. Even though,
But yet we've never gone through and corrected Google.
we're just gonna have to start singing it that way. Yeah. But,
Well, I have another
so yeah,
one
that's
for
our
you.
dirty secret. It's about Twilight.
Oh, nice.
How do you
I
know
like
if
it.
a vampire has COVID?
I don't know.
He's coughing.
I like that.
Unless he's asymptomatic, but
Yeah, he could be for the 4 or 5 people who are asymptomatic.
not to get all sciencey
Spread
on you.
Right.
Well, cheers.
Well, cheers to that. That's good.
Cheers to
I
everybody
mean,
watching.
you
at
had
home.
to just come up with that.
Yeah.
Yep. It's because I was a twihard at one point in time.
Is that what they're called? Twihard?
They are. Yes.
That's what we called
I learned
ourselves.
something new.
Yes.
It was
Well,
back
we
when like
twied really
Tumblr
hard to
was a
write
big
that
thing
song about
too,
Twilight.
and MySpace.
So your song was it on the soundtrack to the movie?
No.
No, they didn't pick it, but we submitted it.
We
and,
wrote it for that.
You know, they picked bands like Muse and Radiohead or whoever else is on it.
Paramore.
But if they really listened to the lyrics, they would
Sam
see
knows.
that it's exactly the
They would know.
plot. Maybe it was 2 on the button. I don't know. That's the only time we ever wrote a song for like 4.
That's not true.
No, Crocodile Tears.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 2 songs we wrote for movies.
And we're gonna get to hear Crocodile Tears later on, aren't we?
At
I'm
the end,
excited.
yeah.
Sweet. Okay, so as we approach the next song, do you guys want to talk a little bit about this project that you have and what's
Yeah.
next for the 2 of you?
Well, we would love to. Yeah, we have 2 kids. So we have our daughter's turning 1 on Saturday, and our son is 3 years old. And since our son was about 3 months old, he's been in music class. So we've been going where we sit in a circle and the mommy and me and, going over these old songs that are kind of cheesy, but we've had great times in music class. But we've started kind of jamming on the songs from music class. Just at home, just kind of for fun. And then it sort of turned into like, well, why don't we make a kids album based on all these old songs that everybody knows? So right now we're just about after this is our last streaming thing, and we're going to go into recording next week this new record, which we've got 15 nursery rhymes that we are turning into dirty blues rock and jams. And we're hoping, starting next year, to go out and do, because we normally play, our normal scene is like a dirty club. You know, that's normally where we're at, 21 and up. But we're going to try
those.
and, yeah, I miss them too. A little. But we're going to try and expand to all ages and, you know, make some shows that everyone can enjoy. And attend.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and
I'll
for
be
me,
buying
listening
that
to kids'
record.
music was, yeah, it was just hard to listen to for me. Like, I'm picky anyways with what I listen to, but then the children's music, they like make it extra cheesy. And I was like, someone's got to do something. These songs have like, they've been around 200-300 years old, some of them. And the good thing is they're all public domains. You can kind of like cover songs and do whatever you want with the songs. And everyone knows the lyrics, supposedly. They should.
Now, when do you guys think that that will be available for people to listen to?
I'm hoping in the spring.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. That's exciting.
Are you guys covering any of the creepy stuff, like the scary stuff that you didn't realize was scary when you were a kid?
Like Ring Around the Rosie?
Yep.
That one's scary.
Not doing
We don't
that
have
one.
Ring
Like,
Around
what
the Rosie.
the?
I mean, we have Three Blind Mice, which is a little morbid because she's like the butcher or the farmer's wife's chasing them with a butcher knife to cut off their tails, and they're
Yeah.
blind, which is sad.
Right.
We're trying to like, I'll change the lyrics a bit to make it a little more palatable for kids these days.
Yeah,
Kids,
there's some dark songs.
yeah,
out
the
there.
Yeah,
kids
and you
of
grow up and you're like,
yesteryear were a
wait a
little
minute
tougher.
here.
Yeah. It's like,
We were like
they gonna keep their
chanting
tails?
this
I
in a
don't know.
circle on the lawn, and we didn't even realize it was so dark.
yeah, there's probably some other songs that are darker and we don't know what they're about. Maybe some.
Yeah, well, we've run into some questionable lyrics. We're doing Shoe Fly. You know, there's
Oh yeah.
there's some stuff where we're like, no, we're gonna leave that one out.
Well, we'll
Update it.
modify them. Yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
Well, I'm
But-
excited to hear the modified versions that are a little bit
Yeah.
more friendly and not as scary.
Well, do you want to hear our version of Baba Black Sheep?
Oh my
Yes.
God, yes, please.
Let's do it.
This is one we've been pushing towards people, but we've got a lot.
Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. One for the master, one for the dame, one for the little boy who lives down the lane. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. One for the master who needed a sweater to keep him warm in inclement weather. One for the dame, she needed new socks, yeah. Now she's got a more comfortable walk. Last one goes to the boy down the lane. Needed a scarf, his was stained. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags. One for the master, one for the dame, for the little boy who lives down the lane. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? Yes sir, 3 bags full. I had 3, now I have none. Gave them away one by one. Baba Black Sheep, have you any wool? No sir, no bags full.
There's Baba Black Sheep for you.
Dig it, man. I would be stoked if I was a kid and that was like the song that was played for me.
You're like the cool kid, like, oh, you listen to that version of Baba Black Sheep? Listen to my version that I listen to.
So when we put our kids down to bed, I give them the option. I'm like, do you want the traditional Baba Black Sheep or do you want Mommy and Daddy's version? And sometimes he picks the old one. It hurts my feelings. But,
Oh man.
but I get it,
It's
you
okay.
know?
You're a Cancer. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. Don't let it get to you.
I don't know what that means, but I'll go with it. Yeah.
Where do sheep go shopping?
I want to say like bout.
I wanna figure this out.
I'm gonna give you about 5 more seconds.
the departments. No,
Woolworth?
Woolworth.
The
Ooh, that's a good one.
that
a good
would
one.
be good. That would be good. We can make it like a two-peat. Like there's 2 options as the answer. The bazaar.
Bazaar, that's good too. Let's drink to that.
Cheers.
Bazaar.
So obviously we're all, staying put for the time being, but handful of years ago you guys had a bunch of gigs, like 11 or a dozen throughout Europe. You did Spain, Netherlands, France, Germany, so on and so forth. And how was that for you? Because you were a handful of years deep into this duo and into performing, but is there anywhere that you want to go in the future and perform at, now that you're a decade deep into your career as a duo, or any fun
We've never been
memories?
to Asia. We've never been to Asia, but that part of Europe, the Netherlands and Germany, to us are very close to our heart. We've spent a lot of time over the years there, and
We were in Germany last year too, yeah. Just for a week because she was pregnant. And it's just sad we can't travel because that's part of like who we are, is traveling and seeing our friends in different countries and cities and states. And it's tough, but I'm sure like anything, it'll go away and we'll be back to traveling and seeing our friends on the other side of the
I
lake.
think it will be a while, sadly.
I'm being optimistic. That's all. I gotta be. Otherwise, you're just gonna be like, oh, everything's so sad.
No, I mean, but we got to do that, right? We got to do that, and that makes me so happy, and that we know that exists. That part, I don't know. I think when you're born in the United States and you're raised in America, and you think like we're so patriotic and like this is the best country, and you travel to other parts of the world, and for me it was very eye-opening that like they have some things figured out better than us. We've got some growing to do, and not that we're not a great country, because I definitely think we are.
Well, the
but-
roads in Germany are way better than.
Oh
ours,
God,
I'll tell you
touring
that.
over there is like 1,000 times better than here. Their gas stations are phenomenal,
The food, you mean?
which is the food you mean.
Not the prices.
I'm like sad for you that you were in Germany while you were pregnant. Like you couldn't drink any of the beer. That's
Yeah, it's true, but I ate all the food.
There's pretty good beer in
yeah,
California. I'm
that's
saying.
fair.
Yeah, and we ended up in some like questionable parts of Germany where there's like red light districts, and I was just like big old pregnant and like wow, like just I want to go out and I want to see, like I want to be part of this and just see what's
Right.
going on, and like does anyone need to be saved? Like can I rescue a woman? But
Yeah, I had to stop you from going in one of those places.
yeah, because I didn't realize like there's some dirty parts of Germany.
Oh yeah.
Different.
Did you know in Amsterdam that like anyone can just rent one of the canal boats to use, and you can just like go with your friends on the canal and like make a day out of it, and you don't need like a boating license or anything?
I didn't know that.
I knew you could rent them. We didn't have time in Amsterdam, unfortunately, but
Next
We were
time.
visiting all the
that's the
red
problem
light
with tour.
districts.
Well, yeah, touring is like you get to see a little bit. Like, oh, that's cool. This is all cool,
Yeah.
but we gotta go. We gotta
Right.
schedule,
Yeah.
But
Well,
Everybody thinks touring is so glamorous, but really you're just getting a snapshot.
we had the brilliant idea of a slow tour where we like play a show and like spend a few days just like sightseeing, hanging out with everyone. But that doesn't work so well for like budgets and
It's called the vacation.
yeah,
Vacation with a
radius
hobby
clauses.
attached.
well, and you
Sounds
guys have done like you did South by Southwest, and then what was the Miami Cozumel, Mexico cruise?
Oh, we did the blues cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Never again.
Oh yeah. I don't know, man. All the bands caught the flu.
Oh
Yeah,
no.
well, I caught the flu.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Those music cruises, like, they're cool, but you don't know the dark side, which is that, like, there's a big dark side.
Well, that's why they shut down cruises, right? With COVID, because like if someone has it, everyone's gonna catch it.
Yeah,
so, like,
we all
That
he had to get like
circulated there.
steroid shots. There was a doctor on the boat who had gone to another music cruise and seen all these bands like vomiting on stage because like, everyone gets sick on cruises and or
plus
they
you're on
have
a boat rocking.
and so he decided to like sign up and he would go to all these cruises just to like administer medicine to musicians who were dying because we're like, this is horrible.
He's like, this is a real problem. Yeah.
You guys should make like a song, like a lullaby, but have it be Rockabye Blues Cruise.
I do have lullabies written, but I'm not gonna play them right now for the jam set.
Okay, so unfortunately, we're like kind of approaching the end of the hour.
Yeah.
And I know I want to get 2 more songs squeezed in. So with that
we
being
just hit it.
said, thank you, Cece, thank you, Tone, thank you to everybody
Thank you,
who's
Will and Sam.
been watching.
To Jam Sellers, you guys really are delicious.
It's
Woo! Glad you
Because
like
it was free. It really is good.
Cheers.
Yeah, you've gotten hooked up with the butter over the years, huh?
Yeah, we just ran out from 2017. Just kidding.
All right,
yeah, let's
so
do these
let's
songs.
do 2 back to back.
Sounds good.
Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. She's always gone too long. Anytime she goes away, I wonder this time where she's gone. I wonder if she's gone to stay. There ain't no sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Young thing alone. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. Only darkness every day. There ain't sunshine when she's gone. This house just ain't no home. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away. Anytime she goes away.
Yeah. So we have one more song left. Again, we're Little Hurricane, and we're going to play this song called Crocodile Tears.
All in a bit so you don't assume.
Please tell me that you want me, you need me.
Doesn't matter if you don't believe it.
I have no one to call me baby.
Sure is sad no one calls you lately.
I try to run, but I don't know how to get there.
Keep on running, you're going nowhere. And you feel the sunrise, so we'll dry your eyes, you'll crocodile tears, yeah. Whoa.
I just need the man who will stay.
I used to save it for a rainy day.
Won't you help me get my life on track?
I'd ride, but you stab me in the back.
Ride with me, I'm headed south.
Can't believe a single word in your mouth.
Will you and me, biscuits and gravy?
Now I know that you're crazy. And you feel the sunrise, it will dry your eyes, your crocodile tears, yeah. Can't believe the word you said. You can save it for a rainy day. Heard you say it now, but twice. You need to say you're holding it right.
Cheers, you guys. Thank you.
Love it.
We can't wait to host you whenever it may be in person. at the Wine and Music Studio in downtown Napa. But in the meantime, I hope the two of you are enjoying the wine. And happy pre-birthday to your daughter's
Monterey.
first birthday. Yeah, Monterey. Oh, that's a
Monterey.
cute name.
What a
I love
cutie.
it. And thank you to everyone who's tuned in today. Like, there have been so many of you tuned in, and we're just so appreciative of it. And happy holidays to everyone who's logged in today.
And don't forget to support Little Hurricane by hitting them up on Venmo.
And we're going to be live at the same time tomorrow, and we're going to have a special guest and have a special sponsored program for tomorrow. So,
Which will benefit musicians. So it's a great cause.
cheers.
us.
Thanks, Cece. Thanks,
Exactly.
Tone.
Thank you guys.
Thanks, guys.